You watched Power Rangers when you were young?
Yes.
You know Ivan Ooze?
No.
They had like a... Don't know Ivan Ooze?
I only know that the Yellow Ranger was Asian. Random facts. Hi everyone, I'm Kimmy and today we're with David Ong and today we're going to be making some cocktails and desserts using Arc Gin. So what are we going to be making today?
So today we're going to be making a simple drink. It's just a gin fizz, which has gin, lemon juice, sugar, egg white, and soda water, which we don't have.
Oh, we do have soda water.
I just realized like we're not.
So let's get started.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do,
Okay.
get your shaker. And we'll need the gin first. And we're going to pour 45 ml of Arc Botanical Gin. So this is jigger. If you fill it to the brim, that's 45 ml.
Okay.
If you...
The bigger side.
Yes, exactly.
The bigger jigger.
Yeah. So just fill it to the brim. And then
Oh, you hold it in such a cool way.
You can do it too. Here.
No, my fingers are fat, so...
That's fine. And you want to do it in front of the shaker, just so that...
In front of the shaker?
Yeah, like this right here. Sorry, behind pala, not in front.
Okay.
Just so in case you spill, at least it's not too far off. There you
Ah!
go. And
What's happening?
just, yeah, so from in front.
Oh, that's why you hold
Yeah,
it in a
exactly.
cool way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the next thing that
I
we're gonna
didn't
do
spill.
is pour 30 ml of lemon juice.
Okay. And 30 ml
30
is
ml
what?
is the second line over there.
Oh.
Or this one, but it's easier to
Yeah.
just stick to one side.
So were these all standard?
Yes, pretty much. A standard recipe for a sour is just 1, 2, and 3. So one of the sugar, one of the souring agent being a lemon or a lime or grapefruit or whatever,
Okay.
and then 3 of the spirit. So 15, 30, 45 usually. There you go. That was better than the first.
Thank you.
But since we're using simple syrup, which is 1 part sugar and 1 part water, we're going to have to change the recipe and pour 22.5 ml. So if you flip it, your jigger, the second line is about 20 ml. So you're just going to go a little bit above that.
This line.
Just a little bit above. Let me pour that in. And then last thing is egg white.
Okay. This I can do. And then I don't do it. In the larger
Yeah,
part of it.
larger is good.
So what's next?
The first thing we're going to do is a dry shake. So we're going to shake it without any ice. So we pour the liquid all together. And then the way that we seal it is that one side is just straight all the way through. And yep, there you go. So it's pretty much sealed. Hold it here. And then one at the bottom.
Okay.
And then you want to shake. So the idea is that you want to like hit both ends of the shaker. Just
Okay. So you can like feel it go here and then.
exactly. And the idea is that that would make it a hard shake. Yeah. Okay.
I'm so weak.
So to open it, you can either go like this or you can just squeeze on the sides. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. There you go. You got it. Then pour the contents in. You'll see that the eggs are frothy already.
Yeah.
And then we're going to need some ice.
Okay. Does it matter how much ice, how little ice?
Yes, actually. So the idea when you're making cocktails is that you want to control the surface area of the shaker because when you
Okay.
seal it, there's a little bit of pressure in there. So basically, the less room your ice has to move, the more pressure you have by aerating it. So this is about like 2/3,
That
half to
much
2/3.
ice.
So you can
Okay.
take this one. So the idea when you're shaking a cocktail is that you want to chill it.
Okay.
And ideal temperature is about just below 0 degrees. And 2, you want to dilute it by at least 25%.
So like the ice will melt a little bit and
Yes,
you
it
want
will for
that.
sure. But again, like if you put too little ice, then you have more movement for the ice to move, so you have more dilution.
Oh, okay.
So that's the
Makes
idea.
sense. Oh.
So now we're gonna do a hard shake with the ice. So same thing, we're gonna pour the contents in. And then we're gonna seal it. There you go. And same thing as a while ago.
Okay.
Okay, that's about it. Now, if you see, it's whizzing. That's awesome. Anyway, you can see that it's a bit frosted.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you want, like in a cocktail. You know that it's cold. So try opening it. And it's a bit harder lang now because there's egg white. There you go.
Yeah.
Got it. And then we're just gonna put some ice in the glasses. I'll do that for us.
And do you fill this with ice or?
Yes, we do actually.
Okay. And does it matter like what kind of glass you use for what kind of drink?
Yes, it does actually. So for this one that we're making a gin fizz. So we're gonna top it off with soda water, and usually if you top things off with soda water and egg white, you put it in a highball or a Collins glass. Then you just gonna put this here. You can take one strainer for yourself, and we just pour it straight into the glass.
Ooh, that was smooth.
There you go. Stop. That's enough for now. Last thing, we just top it off with soda water, so it floats up a bit, but do it a bit slow so that it doesn't overflow.
Ooh.
There you go.
Ah. Stop.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it listened. Look at that.
That's not bad.
Yay! It looks kind of the same.
It does. But yeah, that's it. It's a gin fizz. Cheers.
Cheers.
How do you like it? Is it okay?
Yes. I wouldn't know the difference between like a bad drink and a good drink.
I mean, the balance should be there for sure.
Yeah.
It's just that.
No, it's good. Yeah. It's not too sweet and not, whatever like a good cocktail. So what makes Arc Gin different from all the other gins?
So the thing about Arc Gin is that the NGS, or the neutral grain spirit, or the ethanol, comes from French wheat in the Champagne region of France. It's from this company called Crystal Co. So it's the cleanest one that you can get in the market. So we distill them off copper pot stills made by Carl. And this one in particular has 29 botanicals. So for the half of those are the dry ones, and the other half are all the fresh ones from the local farm of Laurie and Matthew. So you'll have the very basic things in a gin, and then you'll have like all the fresh fruits and citrus like the landan, and galangal, and pomelo, and mangoes, and even Benguet pine actually is in there. So you'll definitely taste, if you try it again, that even without the lemon, it's quite citrusy. Shot glass.
No. I already drank more than I have for like 1 year.
Really?
Maybe.
Actually, it'd be good for you to try it as is, just so you can see what I mean. There you go. Small sips.
I won't take a big sip now. What are you supposed to be tasting?
So the first thing you do is just get a little bit of the nose, just like wine. You don't have to really swirl because it's quite potent. And what you'll notice is that it's very fragrant.
Yeah.
And when you take a sip, then that's when everything comes together. And it's just bursting in so much flavor. And I need to show you something. If you put ice, you'll notice that if you put ice and then you just swirl it a little bit,
change the flavor?
You'll notice that it becomes a bit cloudy.
Yeah.
Most spirits go through a process called chill filtration.
Okay.
But the thing about Arc Gin is that it doesn't go through chill filtration, even if we have the equipment. So what it is just a system in which you allow the liquid to go through several microscreens so that what you get is a very clear spirit. But instead, it becomes a bit cloudy because you get all the flavors, all the oils. So we're not really filtering that out. So maximum flavor talaga. So
today, with the Arc Gin, same gin that we used in the drinks, we're going to be making a Basil Panna Cotta with a lime and gin syrup. So making panna cotta is really easy. A lot of people find it super daunting because it's kind of like fancy. But we'll just show you here that it takes just a few ingredients that you probably already have, and it's really super easy. So we'll have David do most of the heavy lifting, and then we'll set these and make a gin syrup. 5 ingredients. We have milk, heavy cream, gelatin, sugar, and the basil extract that we made. Okay, so first we'll pour the milk into a pot.
I'll do that now?
Yeah.
Cool.
So our next ingredient is gelatin. So you want to bloom the gelatin first, and you'll just sprinkle it over the top in like an even layer.
Okay.
Just so that it dissolves easier and doesn't clump together. Yeah, perfect.
Do I start mixing?
Yeah, so you can start stirring it now. So you're just gonna cook this until the gelatin is dissolved, and then you can add the sugar, and you'll cook that until everything's dissolved, and you don't feel any graininess. So tell us a little bit more about your background.
So I'm a barista and a bartender. I have a few bars in the Philippines. One being the Curator, Coffee and Cocktails, and then the other being Otto.
Okay.
And then we have a distribution company for specialty coffee called EDSA Beverage Design Group. We have a spot in the Grid. So we handle the beverage.
Yeah, yes.
Over there. And Hoodwink, actually. Like my uncle has a fashion store and we have like a small espresso bar over there.
Oh, nice. Can I ask him about the dog and the Curator?
The dog?
Yeah.
Luna, she's so cute, right? Yeah. Like one of our other regulars, what he says is that she's good at training people.
Nice.
Not the other way around.
I love dogs. Sorry, I know that wasn't related, but I had to ask. So we'll check on the milk mixture. The easiest way to do this is to kind of feel it in between your fingertips. That's why we do it on a low heat, so it's not actually quite that hot. And when you can feel that it's not grainy anymore, so the sugar and the gelatin is dissolved, you can just turn the heat off. So we don't want to boil this. You don't want the milk to burn. So it's just very gentle. So we'll just pour that into here, and then we'll combine it with the cream. So the milk is just warm. You're really just heating this to dissolve the gelatin and the sugar, not really to super heat it. So we'll add the cream in here, and then we'll just whisk this together. And then the basil extract that we made earlier. And you'll see that it will turn like a light green, and that's exactly how you want it. Great, and so once it's whisked together, that's pretty much it. And you're gonna wait for it to cool, and then we're gonna pour it into our molds. So we have some molds here. We also have some glasses. You can serve this any way you want, but it does need to be refrigerated for at least 4 hours or until set overnight for extra insurance that it'll come out and be firm. So the next step of this recipe is to make the gin and lime syrup. So this is a really simple syrup. Sorry. Yeah, it's a really simple process. We'll just be combining all these ingredients, and the first thing you have to do is to get some lime zest. We have a peeler here, and you just want the outer part of the skin, not the white part, which is bitter. So you just want that like lime flavor. You can also grate this or zest this into your syrup, but I kind of like having a little bit of bite to it. So just take a couple strips and put them together. You'll just cut them really fine like this. Okay. So just as thin as possible. So for the gin and lime simple syrup, this is super easy. It is a little thicker than your regular simple syrup, which is a 1-to-1 ratio of like sugar and water. So here we have a 1/2 cup of sugar and just 1/4 of a cup of water. This is because after this cooks, we're gonna add the gin. So we're gonna add the gin off the heat just so that we get like the pure flavor of it and it doesn't like cook down with everything else. Okay. So you just want to cook this until the sugar melts. Actually, you can pop the lime zest in here, and because it takes a while for the sugar to dissolve, you'll really get the flavor of the lime in there, and the rind will soften, so it'll be easier to eat in the dish. And then you just kind of wait. Yeah, and you'll see like the color will kind of change because of the lime zest. I'll just cut up this lime also because we will finish the dish with a little bit of fresh lime juice. So nothing goes to waste. I'm not just gonna use the outside. Okay, so now we've taken the syrup off the heat and it's just warm, not too hot. We're gonna add the gin here. So we didn't wanna cook it with all the other stuff. We kind of wanna keep the flavor, and that's why we used a little bit less water, and so the syrup is actually thicker now. And it will get thicker as it sits. So we're just gonna add 1/4 of a cup of gin, and we'll just stir that in. And then you just let that cool completely, the panna cotta as well, and then we'll be ready to plate. So here are panna cottas, and they've been in the fridge for 4 hours setting. And we just have a bowl of lukewarm water here. It will just help us easily release the panna cotta from the molds onto the plates. So I can do mine first, and then you can do yours. You want to just dip it briefly. You don't really want to melt it. You just kind of want to help it a little bit. And then you'll just take the panna cotta and hopefully it slides out nicely. Oh,
Love.
there. So you can do yours. So here you have a perfectly set panna cotta. You can tell that it's set when it's not hard and it like jiggles really easily. It's quite fun. Yeah, perfect. Then you just slowly slide it out. Yep. There you go. Perfect. And then we'll just finish this with our syrup. So you want to get some of that zest we put in there. As you can see, like the longer it sits, the thicker the syrup gets and the softer the zest gets. So we're just gonna put a couple spoonfuls on top. And then once you've covered your panna cotta in syrup, we're just gonna take a wedge of lime and just squeeze some over the top. This extra hit of freshness really helps the dessert, which is very creamy and sweet. Yeah, perfect. There you go. So there's our basil panna cotta with a lime and arc-gin syrup.
Yummy. Can you eat it?
Yeah, you can, of course.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
So thank you for being here with us today and showing us how to make cocktails with arc-gin. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you make these recipes at home. Subscribe below and see you next time. Then we do this. We have to do this.
Thank you for having me. Cheers.
Hey.
I never do gin shots.
Thank you for that information after the fact.